The next girl to speak at assembly was Lexi Winchester. I knew Lexi from my old school, and she was a really nice kid. Still, Janine Galetta got my vote. Sorry, Lex. Once the speeches were over, I thought the assembly was done too. No such luck. Mrs. Stricker came back to the microphone and held up a little green book so everyone could see it. Can anyone tell me what this is? Mrs. Stricker said. Yeah, Miller the killer mumbled somewhere behind me. A complete waste of time. This, Miss Stricker said, is the Hills Village Middle School Code of Conduct. Everything you need to know about how to behave at the school and how not to behave is right here in this book. A bunch of teachers came around and started handing out a copy to each student in the gym. When you receive yours, open up to page 1 and follow along with me, Miss Stricker said. Then she started reading really slowly. Section 1, Hills Village Middle School Dress Code. When I got my copy, I flipped all the way to the back of the book. There were 16 sections and 26 pages total. In other words, we were going to be lucky to get out of this assembly by Christmas. All students are accepted to dress appropriately for an academic environment. No student shall wear clothing of a size more than 2 beyond his or her normal size. Help! That's what I was thinking about then. Middle school had just started, and they were already trying to bore us to death. Please, somebody stop, Mrs. Stricker, before she kills us again. Leo took out a pen and started drawing something on inside of the back cover. Mrs. Stricker turned to the next page and kept reading. Section 2, Prohibited Items. No student shall bring to school any electronic equipment not intended for class purposes that includes the cell phones, iPods, cameras, laptop, computers. The whole thing went on and on, and on and on. By the time we got to section 6, grounds for exclusion, my brain was turning into guacamole, and I'm pretty sure my ears were bleeding too. People always talk about how great it is to get older. All I saw were more rules and more adults telling me what I could and could not do. In the name of what's good for me. Yeah, asparagus is good for me, but it makes me want to throw up. As far as I could tell, this little green book in my hand was just one long list of all the ways I could and probably would get into trouble between now and the end of the school year. Meanwhile, Leo was drawing away like the mechanic, the maniac he is. Every time Mrs. Stricker mentioned another rule, he scribbled something else on the page in front of him. Finally, he turned it around and showed me what he was working on. All I could think when I saw the picture was, I want to be that kid. He looked like he was having a way better day than I was. And that's when I got my idea. My really stupendous, really, really big idea. It came on like a flash flood. This was the best idea anyone had ever had in the whole history of middle school, in the whole history of ideas. Not only was it going to help me get through the year, I thought it might also just save my life here at Hills Village. That was if I had the nerve actually to try it.